from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
There are 14 of those banners around the Boston Garden, and they hope to add another when this season comes to a close. There's the situation in this one. It isn't over yet. The first half was about as good a half of basketball, pure basketball, as you would ever want to see. The second half has been more of a slugfest. I don't mean fisticuffs, but very bruising, a lot of fouls, a lot of contact.
Well, that inside scoring statistic you saw is symbolic of what's been going on throughout the season when Boston won 4 out of 6 games. And, of course, throughout the playoffs. And here comes the crowd. But their team didn't need them, did they, Skip?
McHale. Bird against Roundtree. Lambier has McHale. Benson in there to play Perry. Bird again. A 15-point quarter, 41 in the game. They lead by 8 to the Celtics. Vinnie Johnson hangs in the air, line drives it up, it will not go, and there's Mr. Bird again.
Oh.
Dennis Johnson. Listen to this crowd. 41 for Bird, 28 for Dennis Johnson. It's now a 10-point game with 1:46 left.
Introducing the fuel-injected Honda Civic CRX SI. It's a rocket.
Practically everything's been touched by the electronic revolution. From church organs to toys that make a game out of learning.
6 times 2.
To computers that make a science out of a game. And DuPont helped make it all happen. You see, DuPont technology helped make today's tiny electronic circuits possible. So while we help to make things very small, DuPont's contribution to electronics is very big. DuPont, better things for better living.
This might be the one that did it, John.
Here's the most complete player on this floor tonight. Behind the back, beautiful pass. That was his 5th assist in the game. Chuck Daly screams for a timeout. Larry Bird, 41 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. And I don't think he's ready for a rest yet.
I'm just, for the heck of it, checking to see how many, if any, turnovers he has. And I can't recall him doing a whole lot wrong here tonight. Or any night. He's a great, great player. Can Detroit come back? They're down 10. That means, even counting 3-point plays, 4 possessions on which they must convert. Don't forget, this doesn't end this series. They go to Detroit on Friday night. Benny wanted to shoot a 3-pointer, couldn't. Goes for 2. He's got 30.
Hey, Johnson has become unusual, hasn't he, in the playoffs?
Oh, he's just super. Well, Bird, that's one negative stat. He has 6 turnovers, but I'll take him. Seven on the shot clock. Perry set the pick, and Ames gets the jumper away. They work the clock beautifully, but got nothing out of it. 1:05 remaining. Fuka fakes Bird off his feet, goes to the hole, got it.
Strong move.
It's a 6-point game. Detroit, as Jack McCloskey said, will not go away.
50 seconds. Incidentally, Larry Bird at halftime tonight was presented an award which was warmed his heart greatly. It was the Sporting News Most Valuable Player, voted by the players. That's what Larry Bird was most touched about.
That's the one that's got to mean the most by your peers.
Well, this guy's had a super game. 28, 5 assists. Congratulations also to Don Nelson, who was named Coach of the Year. It's 2 out of 3 years for Don Nelson.
I think right now, I know he appreciates the honor, but it doesn't mean to him this week what it'll mean in July or August.
So true.
Another timeout called here by Detroit. We'll be back right after this.
The excitement of the NBA. Now you can get the NBA feeling. Be part of the action when you choose from this official NBA catalog. Over 60 different items are available for your favorite team. Authentic NBA game jerseys and shorts, warm-up jackets, pants, game balls, and socks. To get your catalog, send $1 credited to your first order to NBA Catalog, Box 800-800, Seattle, Washington, 98108. Every page is filled with official NBA licensed products, sweatshirts, sweatpants, and warm-up suits, T-shirts, and pullovers. Or choose the official jacket of the NBA from Starter Sportswear. And there's a great assortment of novelties, gifts, and toys, plus videotapes of great NBA action. Just send $1 today and get your NBA catalog. Send to NBA Catalog, Box 800-800, Seattle, Washington, 98108. Get this NBA exercise watch free with all orders over $50. Get the NBA feeling.
For the NBA merchandise catalog, send $1 to NBA Catalog, Post Office Box 800800, Seattle, Washington, 98108. Your dollar will be credited, and it's gone to your first order, I guess. Well, play resumes there with just 48 seconds remaining. Boston by 8. It looks very good for them, but Detroit isn't out of it yet. And even if Boston hangs on and wins here, this series is far from over because they did not, by any stretch of the imagination, blow Detroit out here. It's about time to go thinking 3 points, whether inside or outside. Lambier from outside. No. Vinnie Johnson. That won't go. Next rebound. Isaiah Thomas gets into three-point range. So does Tripucka. Now he drives. Roundfield. They get 2. That's not enough. Roundfield has just 9. 30 seconds left. Bird has the open floor. Foul Lambier. 2 shots Bird.
Bird was going to get a little un-Larry Bird-like on us. He's changing though, Skip, you know. Much more vocal, more willing to meet critics verbally. That's 42, right? Yeah, that ties his playoff career high that he set last week.
Just 26 seconds left. It would not be surprising for there to be basketball action here on Sunday afternoon, even though now it's a hopeless cause tonight, or virtually so, for Detroit. They go home to the friendly confines of the Joe Louis Arena on Friday evening for Game 6, and all they want, I know, is one more whack at them up here.
That'll be rocking out there. The Pistons, of course, have happy memories in the last week. They've done it twice. And, boy, all the credit in the world to the Detroit Pistons for the game they put up, because the fact that they came into this game tonight 2-2, I still feel that they were capable of so much more. They didn't play over their heads to be 2-2 by any means.
Well, let's look at it tonight. Kelly Tripucka, 17, which is not sensational for him. Dan Roundfield has scored just 9. Lambier, 9. Long, 13. Isaiah, 18. The big guy, of course, has been Vinnie Johnson with 30 off the bench.
Isaiah averaged 31 a game against Boston this year in 6 games.
Well, it's not over yet, but it's the next thing to it. And don't forget that following our game, Braves baseball in its entirety from Shea Stadium in New York, where the Braves and Mets will get together, are getting together, or have gotten together. I don't know the status of that game at this point in time. The reason we have not given you the score, of course, is that should you care to watch it following this one, we don't want to louse it up for you. The crowd begins to head for home out of this. What, somebody tell me they're going to name this a historic landmark, the Boston Garden?
Not surprising.
Could do that to the Boston Garden and also to Red Auerbach. We spent so many years there.
A walking landmark, right?
Tripucka will inbound at midcourt. They're down 8 with 26 seconds. They need 3 3-point baskets.
Let's see.
It's possible. It's not likely. Roundfield in 2-point country. Tyler in 3-point country. Tripucka, well, there's one up. The foul on Dennis Johnson. That's the last thing Boston wants.
Boy, is he tough. He took some shot and still made it. Shot meaning blow to his body.
5 on Dennis Johnson.
Watch, he gets his rebound. Gets rocked from behind. Still gets the job done.
20 for Tripucka. All Boston wants to do is run the clock. They need never shoot again. The foul is taken by John Long. 11 seconds left. Parrish will go to the foul line. Robert is 6 out of 6 from the line tonight, 90% of the series. They have missed only 2 free throws all night long, those by Danny Ainge on 1 trip to the line. 6 misses by Detroit.
Right arm seems to be bothering him.
Chuck Daly handing out a little rip to Wally Rooney across the way. Isaiah's going to have to heave up a prayer. Well, he can't. Long puts one down.
2 points.
Just 2 points, so it's 128-123 with 3 seconds. Foul on Isaiah. Ainge will shoot 2 at the other end. Isaiah Thomas has fouled out of the game, and his frustration showed there.
Well, he had to do something, too, in order for the Pistons to get a shot at the ball again. Isaiah knows there's no time. Ainge has been tough tonight.
That is 36 out of 38. 37 out of 39 at the line for Boston. Detroit, 22 out of 28. And it's over. And the series is now 3 games Boston, 2 games Detroit. Game 6 on Friday in Detroit. And we'll be back to recap right after this.
Every 30 minutes. It's time for Braves baseball. Good evening, everybody. Along with Pete Van Weeren, this is Ernie Johnson speaking to you from Olympic Stadium in Montreal, where tonight we open a weekend series against the Montreal Expos. It's an afternoon game tomorrow. We will not be televising that game. We'll televise Sunday afternoon. We're home against New York on Monday. Peter, we've got a couple of undefeated pitchers here tonight.
There are only 3 undefeated starting pitchers in all of Major League Baseball right now. Andy Hawkins of San Diego is one. He's won 6 in a row. And tonight's 2 pitchers. Bryn Smith from Montreal. He's off to a 4-0 start. Rick Mailer of Atlanta off to a 7-0 start. And he could tie a record for the best start ever by a Braves starting pitcher if he can win tonight.
And the Braves need a win. They're 0-2 on this trip. Back with all the action right after this message.
This bud to everyone who tackles the changes and challenges of that new promotion.
This bud for you. There's no one